I'm going to take a second to talk to you about underdogs.
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for
Yeah.
you.
Fly, on the team, touchdown, time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird game nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here cool on Philly, the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man saw Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randolph. Season here, really time to do them in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.
What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and I am joined today with a very special guest. Had to get everything, organized, but today we do have a Cowboys fan on here. We'll just start with that. But I will say, my homework and Cowboys and Chaos. I did check out some of your guys' stuff. You guys do some great stuff over there. A lot of fun, and I love what you guys do. We have Megan on the show. How's it going, man?
Good. Thank you for having me. This is my first Eagles show. I will say that. But
so you picked a good one. You picked a good one. We're not too crazy. I promise. We're not too crazy. So I do want to talk about, these positions. We want to talk about the Eagles a little bit, Eagles and Cowboys a little bit. But before we get into position by position, I want to know, going into this season, off season's now over, the training camps are now over. We're looking at week 1. How do you feel about your Cowboys?
I'm super confident. And I know that every year Cowboys fans are kind of known for being overconfident, but I am very, very confident. I feel like Dak is going to come back with a chip on his shoulder. I think he's healthy. I think he's going to remain healthy. I love our depth. I love our offense. I mean, we probably have like the best offensive core in the league, dare I say. But I mean, our defense, we got a lot of young rookie players that I'm excited for. I'm excited. I think Mike McCarthy is finally getting into the swing of things. I think he's ready to make this team his team. I think last year was a little bit unfair for a new coach, first season. So definitely. I think he's getting settled, and I'm excited. I'm really optimistic.
Now, you brought up Dak Prescott, and I feel like Philadelphia and Dallas have had their quarterback battles in the past. We were probably looking forward to, some Dak Prescott versus Carson Wentz. Obviously, that's not the case. But, looking at the quarterback landscape, like I said, I wanted to kind of go position by position and just kind of get your thoughts, and I'll give you mine. But we'll start at the quarterback position because I feel like that's the most important. Have you heard anything about Jalen? And I want to get like an outsider's opinion on what you think maybe Jalen could be, just from what you know. I know you probably don't follow us too much, but
yeah, but I'm going to be completely honest in that I don't know that much of Jalen. I like, so far what I've seen of him and the things that I've read, I think he's far better than Carson Wentz. I think he has a lot more potential to not be as injury prone. But like I said, I really can't give a fair statement on that because I don't know that much about him. I really don't.
Yeah, and I respect that. And realistically, I like to start with the quarterback because I feel like that's kind of a fatality, as they might say, in Mortal Kombat for you guys. You guys, and I know a lot of Eagles fans are going to roast me for saying this, but Dallas Cowboys have probably the best quarterback in the division right now. And I don't think it's really that close. So I think it's easy to say that you guys have the best quarterback right now out of the two teams, right? But we have that unknown factor on our side. So we will see what happens with Jalen. I see a lot of Dak Prescott and Jalen Hurts, if I'm being 100% honest. If you go back to kind of his rookie year with Dak Prescott, he was getting a lot of hate from the inside and out. People didn't know who he was, taking over for somebody like Tony Romo, who was beloved by, Dallas fans. So I see a lot of similarities in the sense of, the leadership and everything like that. So I will give it to you. I'm not going to sit here and, toot a horn that I don't have. The Eagles don't have the quarterback situation that you guys have. But to move on to the next situation now, another, I don't want to say we've been having battles because I think you guys had more traditional running backs than we have had. We've had more of those pass catching guys and kind of scat backs. But you guys have Zeke Elliott, number 4 overall pick. He had some great years last year. Some could say was a down year. It was a rough year for a lot of teams in the NFC East. But how do you see Zeke bouncing back this year? What are you thinking about that running back room?
I think that Zeke looks in better shape than he's looked since college. I don't know if you have seen any of the Hard Knocks or any of the videos that he's, been featured in online or whatever, but he looks sharp. Like you can tell he's been putting in work, not only on the field, but off the field. He's been taking care of himself. He's in fantastic shape. Now, granted, that doesn't always mean everything, but I think this is going to be a good year for him. I really do. And to add to that, we have Pollard, who is not Zeke by any means, but he's certainly not far from, almost that level, I would say. So yeah, I'm confident. I think Zeke is going to I think with being back this year, Zeke is going to be on that level of, we have something to prove. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen. So
definitely not. I like your running back. I'm going to sit here and be honest. Shout out to my co-host that's usually on here. He picked Zeke Elliott in the first round for our fantasy draft for our subscribers and everything. So I'm not going to sit here and hate. He's a great player, right? I do like what the Philadelphia Eagles have. You know what I'm saying? I really do feel like we have possibly a 3-headed, maybe even 4-headed monster kind of building in the backfield. So the reason why I bring that up is because I want to kind of ask you and get your opinion on this. Like, do you think the way the NFL is going right now, would you rather your team have a committee approach? Would you rather have a couple of good running backs, or do you think the way that you guys are doing it is sustainable, having just that one guy that you kind of just run into the ground and then go to the next?
Oh, that's a good question. Because I was actually just talking to someone about this earlier, about how mainly we're a passing team. We kind of strayed away from running the ball a lot, which is primarily because we only have Zeke. We really only have that option. I mean, we have Gallup, Lamb, Cooper. We have an incredibly strong wide receiver side. But yeah, it is a little it makes me a little bit nervous to just have that one solid running back. But I don't know. I feel like Zeke's becoming more versatile. I think he's been open to learning more plays. I've seen him catching the ball a little bit more. I think that, with his training this off season and how he's looking, it makes me more comfortable in that I think we'll have a more versatile player out of him. So fingers crossed, that's what it is. We'll see.
So I said the niceties, I said all the good stuff. I said all the nice stuff. I'll save that for first. Now I'm gonna be a little bit real. I think that the Eagles are probably going to have a better running back room. Like, let me explain. Like, I think that the combination of Miles Sanders, the combination of Jordan Howard, if he's there, Boston Scott, Kenneth Gainwell, I think that they're probably going to give us a better output, than your room probably would. Would you disagree with that? Do you think that you're going to be like a top team as far as running goes?
I don't. I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for sorry. I know I'm going to get a lot of help probably from my Cowboys fans, but I don't think our running game's top tier right now. And I like
that. I love realistic, I love realism. That's what
yeah.
So would you be willing to go as far as saying that you would take the Eagles running group over your running back situation right now?
No.
Can I get that out of you? No, she said no.
No.
I had to reach for something.
No.
I had to reach for something. All right, so we're gonna move on to the wide receivers now. I want to ask a couple questions. I think again, this is kind of a clean sweep for you guys, but we do have some up and coming players. We got a Quez Watkins, obviously Devontae Smith. We just drafted, a lot of hype around him. But how are you feeling about these guys going into the new season? Because realistically, I know a lot of people are talking about they're talking about Amari Cooper like he's going to be a number 2 instead of a number 1. Like a lot of guys are really high on the guy you guys, CeeDee Lamb. So how do you feel about this? Do you think it's going to be the same top 3, or do you think it could possibly see a new leader in that wide receiver room?
So we talked about this a little bit on Cowboys and Chaos. I kind of see it as we have 1A and 1B. I don't see, I mean, technically on paper, yeah, Cooper's 1 as of right now, but I see it as 1A and B. If Cooper is 1 beginning of the season, it would not surprise me if that was taken over by Lamb. I mean, CD Lamb is just, he's not human. I mean, he's got so much potential and talent in front of him. And I love Coop. I'm not saying anything against Coop. I just see a younger, hungrier version of him. And right now it's neck and neck. It really is. Maybe not on paper, but I can see.
No, I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that. Now, talk to me a little bit about Gallup, though, because I keep on hearing people talking about this might be Gallup's last year with you guys. Like, what's the word with him?
I believe his contract's up at the end of this year. I might be wrong on that, but a lot of people are saying that they would like to see him go. A lot of people this past offseason wanted to see him traded. I'm a huge Gallup fan. I think that you got to think you have Cooper, Lamb, Gallup. I mean, those are 3. It's not a shoe in. Like, you're not competing against. You know what I mean? Like, that's a tough group. It's a tough group to stand out in. So I think that Gallup kind of gets overshadowed a little bit because he doesn't get the ball much. He doesn't get as much the playing time that the other guys do. But I wouldn't be comfortable with getting rid of him. I really wouldn't. I don't know what's going to happen. Yes, I could see them not extending the contract. I kind of was almost surprised that they didn't trade him in the offseason, to be honest, just to make some cap space room. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm rooting for him. I want him there.
If our wide receivers suck again, man, you guys can send them on our way because we've been having some trouble with wide receivers. So
yeah,
like I said, we have some young guys that we're definitely very excited about. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say anybody's a surefire bet. Is a rookie ever a surefire bet? Obviously, Devontae Smith's pretty close, right? You know, getting a Heisman trophy is nothing to scoff at, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens with the wide receivers. I got to give you guys wide receivers. I think that's you might have the best wide receiver trio. I mean, in the league, realistically, like I can't think of another, and I hate to say that, you know what I'm saying, but I really can't think of another trio that matches with you guys right now. So give us a couple years, though. Give us a couple years, and we're gonna come back to this that question. Now, I want to move on to another group, a group that I think is kind of an easy, clean sweep for us, if I'm being, biased. But realistically, you guys have some young guys that you guys are molding at the tight end position. You got Blake Jarwin. You got Schultz, Dalton Schultz or something like that. I don't know his first name. But you guys have some guys. How do you feel about your tight end situation right now?
I'm not thrilled about it. I wish I had more confidence in both of them, to be honest. I don't know. We haven't really had a solid tight end since Witten. And even towards the end, Witten really was he was slowing down. He wasn't as automatic as he was before. I haven't been happy with our tight end situation for a while. And I'm not saying that either one of them right now are horrible. I just wish that I had the confidence I do in them like I do our receivers or even Zeke or running backs.
That's real.
There's a lot of youth there. I wish we had a vet, to give them at least a little. It's always nice to have a veteran in a position, whether they play a lot or not. But yeah, I guess we'll see. We got to work with what we got. So
see, that's how I sound when I talk about my wide receivers. We'll see what happens.
Right.
I mean, yeah, you guys have some young guys. I will say that we also have, Dallas Goedert, who was named after your team apparently. But we have some young guys as well. But you guys keep on. I don't want to say you guys because I bunch people together. Obviously, we got brought together by Tuck, and we've had Tuck on here a lot. And Tuck always talks about his tight ends like there's some next coming. So it's good to hear somebody being a little bit more realistic about the tight end situation. Yeah. Now, I want to ask you this. I want to ask you this about your O-line. O-line last year, we can sit at the casket together here because realistically last year was bad for both of our O-lines. We went through 14 different ones. You guys had a bunch of injuries. Coming back healthy, how are your guys looking? Is that something that you think your team's going to kind of be it's going to be kind of the nucleus for your team? How are they looking?
I would like to say that. Tyron Smith is looking really good. He has always been our solid backbone of the O-line, but as long as he stays healthy, injuries killed us last year. And that's the thing. I think we're all kind of traumatized from last year, is just like one after another. We got some new guys in there that, they look great now, but you never really know until the season actually starts.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, like I said, it's hard to say. They look great now. I hope it continues, but injuries screwed us so bad last year. Our O-line is what makes me the most nervous to be excited about, because God, I can't live another season like last year. I really can't. I can't. Like, Dak was running for his life before his injury, and then going through yeah, it was bad. I can't do it again. So
I think everybody in the chat can say an amen with that. Like, I think everybody agrees there. It's one thing to lose a football game. It's another to watch your whole team just basically fall apart, and coming off the injuries, whatever it may be. It's just like, at least go out there and lose, with some type of dignity. So now that we went through the whole offense, let me ask you this. A lot has been made about the Dallas Cowboys, right? Like you said in the beginning, you guys are always, extra hype right before the season starts. Do you think this is an offense realistically that can carry you to the playoffs through the NFC East? And how far do you realistically see this offense carrying your team?
Honestly, I can see us going. I can see us winning the championship. I can see us winning the division. I can see us going far into the playoffs if everything goes as planned. And that's always the catch, right? But we have a solid core. I mean, find another offensive core like we have. Find another quarterback like we have, especially in our division. I mean, I know I'm obviously biased, but come on, you got to give credit where credit's due. But it's like, that's the most frustrating thing about being a Cowboys fan, right? Because it seems like we always have all the weapons. And that's what we always hear us saying, oh, we got all the weapons. And we do. But if we can't execute it, if we can't get the right play calls, if we can't get the right execution, then what good is it? So, yes, I can absolutely see them carrying us that far. Will it happen? I have all the faith, but I pray to God. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out, right?
Yeah, no, I hear you. Listen, I'm on the same wave as you, and I get a lot of flack from my subscribers because honestly, it's always me just saying, listen, temper your expectations because we don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this is something that me and Tuck argue about a lot. Me and Rome argue a lot about, and me and Cowboys fans in general just argue about. I don't feel like anybody in the NFC East really has, and as I say his name, but I don't feel like any of us really have anything to really brag about right now. I think that we all have the same questions, all have not maybe the same exact questions, but we all have the same amount of questions. I think, going over your offense, I kept on saying, this is probably a clean sweep for you. This is probably a clean sweep for you. If we go over the defense, it'd probably be an opposite story. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say this. I feel like every team in the NFC East has their issues right now. I think that the Cowboys have their question marks, obviously, on defense, and they obviously have them, on the offensive side, as you brought up. But I do want to quickly just run through this defense real quick. What are you thinking? You have a lot of new players. Micah Parsons, who I love. I absolutely love Micah Parsons. I'm a huge Penn State fan, so that broke my heart. And I knew it was happening. It's like, it's watching your date go out on, your ex go on a date with a guy she's going to marry. It's just like, damn, bro. It hurt my heart. So I can't disrespect you guys there. But realistically, what do you think about this defense? Do you think they got better? Are you still worried about them? Where are you at with them?
Parsons, I have to admit, and Cowboys Nation still gives me hell about this. I was pissed about that pick. I did not want Parsons. I did not want a linebacker. I was so mad. And I will admit when I'm wrong. And I've been admitting I love him. I'm excited for him. I love his energy. I love his hunger for the game. I am super excited about him. I think we got a lot of really good players, a lot of really young players. Trayon Diggs, he is my absolute favorite defensive player right now. I don't know if you've watched or seen much of him. He's our cornerback safety. Yeah, he's good. He's going to be a problem. the rest, and I hate to like keep coming back to this, but I don't know because they're all so new. I really wanted, I really, really wanted to see us get a vet in the offseason. I really wanted Richard Sherman. I know Tuck's laughing right now if he's watching this because I was like the conductor of the Sherman train, and people are like, no, hell no, he's washed, he's old. No, I wanted a vet like him in that position because, like I said, we are primarily rookies in our defense. And that could be good, that could be bad. You know, we'll see. But God, I hope it's something that gets together because we've never seen these guys play together yet, really.
Exactly. And you guys have, I mean, you got a new DC, right? The new DC. I'm not really sure. Not really sure if that's the. You like him?
I like Quinn a lot. I do. Can I see the potential for him butting heads with not only some players but other coaches? I can see it. I hope to God him and McCarthy hit it off well for the entire season because that would be really good. But yeah, no, I like him. I like him a lot. On paper, I love our defense right now. Let's just see how they do.
Ooh, she said love. Love is a strong word. Love is a very strong word. Look, I like our defense a lot. I think we can have a top 10 defense, maybe even top 5 if I'm being 100%. The same way that you feel about your offense is kind of how I feel about our defense. I feel like we can really be carried by our defense, which it will be lovely to see. Obviously, like you said, you have to see it all kind of pan out. Got to see how it works out. But I think the question everybody wants to know, you know, like we're looking at week 1. You guys got Tampa Bay, right? If I'm not wrong, right? You got Tampa Bay. Tickets are like $3 million for nosebleeds. Probably the most overhyped game in the world. But going into that game, Dak Prescott just started throwing, if I'm not mistaken, Do you realistically think you guys are going to be ready week 1? And I'll say this. I'll even say this much, and I'll give you this. I've been nervous about the Eagles. You know, I've been nervous about the lack of reps for the Eagles this offseason and this preseason. Do you think Dak's going to be rusty, or do you think it's all, you know, missiles are firing and he's ready?
I think he's ready. I don't have any doubt in my quarterback. And I know I'm not just saying that because I'm a huge – I don't know if you follow me enough to know how much I love my quarterback. But I think he's ready. I have all the faith in the world in this man. And I tell Cowboys fans all the time, like, you guys need to have faith in this dude. Okay. He's not sitting down on he's not sitting on the sidelines. He's throwing. He's doing reps. Yeah, for a little bit because of his shoulder, he had to kind of tone it down a little bit, but he's been throwing. He's been out there doing reps all that he can. I don't think he's going to be rusty. I don't think he's going to have a problem. And I think he's going to go out there and do exactly what he should and exactly what he wants to do, and he's going to look great. And I'm not worried at all.
Can I pull a record prediction out of you? Is that something you're willing to do 2 weeks before week 1?
Oh yeah, 12-5.
Ooh, no hesitation. All right, we'll see.
I've had that record since the schedule came out. That I'm sticking to it. I've gone
week 1 win. Week 1 win.
And over. What?
Are you taking that week 1 win? You think you'll take that week 1 win against Tampa? Yeah, I respect that.
Keep it real. I'm nervous. I really don't. I mean, look, we got more than just Tom Brady and Dak going against each other. That's the thing. Like, people seem to forget that. Like, it's not just these 2 quarterbacks. You know, we have 2 whole teams. They're defending champions. We gotta reel it back just a little bit. Just if Dak looks amazing, if Dak looks great, then that's awesome. But that he's not the whole team, you know. So I got to be realistic. Do I think we can win? Yes. Do I think we will? I don't want to say no, but
not putting the house on it, not putting the mortgage on it just yet. Not yet. See, you got to talk more to Tuck, man. I need to get around Tuck and Rome a little bit more. I need more realism.
You don't know how much flack I get though, because people are like, "Oh, you got any faith?" No, you got to be real. You got to keep it honest. So
exactly, I agree. So real quick, I will say, I've been on the notion that the Eagles will be between 6 and 9 wins. I do think that 9 wins can win this division. I don't think that any team is going to be that great, including your Dallas Cowgirls. I think that the Giants are going to be absolute garbage. I think Washington's going to be absolute garbage. I think that you guys are probably our competition, but week 3, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and I would love to get you back on the show week 3, and we can talk a little bit more because this was a lot of fun. And I love that you're realistic. And people are asking for your link, so I'm gonna drop your Spotify. If you have any other links, please send them to me, and I'll drop them in the comments as well. But Megan, this was a lot of fun. It was nice to hear, a realistic fan for once. Get off of Twitter for a little while and talk face to face.
Absolutely. Thank you. This was fun. We will definitely meet up again. Most absolutely.
Definitely. And when we do, I will be gloating because I was nice right now. You know what I'm saying? But once the rubber meets road, we held back a little bit. But once rubber meets road, the games are going to count and it's going to be a lot of fun. But I appreciate everybody that is in the chat. I will drop her link right after I get out of here. And just be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, go support what they're doing. I know I have a lot of Cowboy fans in the chat right now. So definitely go support what they're doing. They're doing a great job. But other than that, y'all know what it is and what it's always going to be, especially when we got Cowboys fans on here. It is Fly Eagles Fly, and we are out of here. Peace.
B Scott with the Philadelphia
John
Eagles.
Dornbos here, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Edwards of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Follow my guy Joe Castro on his YouTube/podcast channel.
Let's give a shout out to the Philly podcast.
And shout out Philly and my guy Joe Castro. So keep on doing great things, guys. Fly Eagles Fly.
Fly Eagles Fly.
Go Birds.